This is I Am Probulus, and today we're presenting 101 reasons for non-belief, and today we're discussing reasons 31 to 35. And these are all in my book, 100 Reasons for Non-Belief, available on Amazon Kindle. Coming in reason number 31 is wishful thinking. Now this is referenced earlier, and this is what I call a supporting reason. It's not a main reason for non-belief. And it's related to the concepts of superstition, believing in heaven, that we have a soul, that there is eternal justice, there's something or someone to pray to, and that we are immortal. To me, these are all just wishful thinking. It's something that we were told as a child, and you just don't want to lose them. Also, it's part of the unthinkable horrors. And it helps to explain the persistence of faith and religion is that basically it's a matter of wishful thinking. Reason number 32 is actually more like what I call a prime reason for non-belief. So I may move this up in updates of the book. And probably my main issue here is simply just Trump. The fact that evangelicals support Donald Trump, who's simply a horrible human being and certainly against all Christian values. Jesus clearly says to take care of the poor. He clearly says to sell all your worldly goods. He says to have humility. These are clearly what I would call core Christian values as espoused in the New Testament. Trump has none of them. Evangelicals choose to ignore the bigotry, the misogyny, and the hate in the Old Testament. The Old Testament condones slavery. It condones the beating of children and even the extermination of entire villages. Many of these are additional reasons I will discuss. Also, finally, the idea that Christianity has a monopoly on morality is simply not true. All religions have morality, as well as the unbelievers. Reason number 33 is the neurological explanations for behavior, and this is a personal favorite of mine. I discuss this in more detail in both The Unthinkable Horrors and The Illusion of Free Will. But with today's modern science and understanding of how the mind works, demons are no longer necessary. This impacts free will, the origin of evil, the existence of Satan, and the design of humans and our human brain. We no longer need Satan to explain antisocial behavior or evil. We know what causes them. We understand the biology of the brain much better than in the Bronze Age. Reason number 34 could be a number one reason, and it's hoping for the end of days by the faithful. Also known as the rapture and Armageddon, this is very important because the hope and goal of the faithful for the end of days and the second coming of Christ is frightening to those of us who want to live. If there was a president who was an extreme evangelical, he might decide that it is God's will to end earth and all life on it because everyone would be going to a better place. I don't believe that. Revelations is open to much interpretation by virtually everyone and should not be taken seriously by anyone. However, biblical literasts and evangelicals love to quote it. So again, I will probably move this one up as I go through the series because I'm trying to order these in how relevant and important they are to non-belief. Now, 35 relates to the global flood fable, as I call it. It's mythology. And while most people know that this is a made-up story, some wish to insist it happened exactly as described in the Old Testament. And of course, we have an Ark museum that is trying to indoctrinate children that it is a fact, a historical fact. It's incorrect in just so many ways. Too numerous to mention. For one, the boat would not have floated. It was impossible to create, made of only wood. 8 people couldn't have possibly managed all those animals. The animals would have died. You would have need food and live food for many of them. There was just one window. All vegetation outside of the ark would have died. The level of the waters was impossible. And finally, it promoted incest. Also, just think about it. The deity would have any other solution to this problem and chose to kill millions of innocent animals. Please review our other YouTube videos, and we have more reasons in our series, and also my contact information is on the screen. We have a contact form on my website, improbulus.com. I thank you for visiting. Please like and subscribe. This is 100 Reasons for Non-Belief.